Leave one. Greetings. Welcome in the third of our series on Tai Chi San Shou, Tai Chi fighting set, sometimes known as the 88 or partner form. We're just going to continue ahead. Last lesson we made it up through movement number 25 out of 44 for each side. So we're a little bit over halfway. And I think we're doing a really good job of looking closely and examining this wonderful, I call it the king of all the Tai Chi forms. It's the most advanced and interesting. And I'm really enjoying this, and I hope that you are too. Okay, so let me remind you to notice and keep being aware of the principle in Tai Chi that we never want to confront the energy head on. When the partner is attacking, we don't want to attack back at the same time, trying to overcome his force with a greater force. No, we always neutralize first, get out of the way, come in on the side, and then attack. Okay? There are some times where we have to come directly into the partner's center, but only when they're sort of not well rooted. We want to make sure that they're out of balance, out of root, and then we can come in to wherever it is that we want to attack. Okay, so my partner, once again, is Rex Long, and we're just going to continue from where we left off. So, hey Rex. Okay, so we left off where I was doing right elbow strike and coming in and getting him into the ribs. Rex neutralized, pulling me in, causing me sort of an out of balance. Now, as I try to get back and out of the way, he steps up and knees me into the crotch or into the leg. He's just opening me up. Very simple opening movement. Okay, so as he steps up, I shift back. See? So mostly my defense is just as he comes in, just getting back. It doesn't take much. It's only a few inches, and I've neutralized it. As I step back, I give him a little pull. Just take him down. And I want to make sure I'm pulling on his elbows. See, if I were to pull on his hands, well, he could maybe come in and do some elbow work or come in and do some other kind of chin na. If I grab here, it's pretty, he can twist and do a lot of things. If I'm here, it's much more difficult for him to deal with me because I have much more control of his center of his body with his elbows. So as he steps up, I get out of the way, step back, and pull down. He lands, and immediately comes right on in and stomps down on me. This is what we call his left kick with heel. So the A on this side doesn't really have any attacking movement. He attacks me with his knee. I get out of the way and pull him down, and he immediately follows with an attack with his foot. So again, he comes in. I get out of the way, pull him down. I step back. Now, as he steps in, he's going to step in. I step back. I'm always matching. You always want to match the steps. He again opens me up. And as he goes to kick me, I just disrupt his center. So as he kicks, that is one of the main problems with kicking. Kicking is very powerful, but you're standing on one leg, and it doesn't take very much to disrupt him. If he's, when he's standing on one leg and I'm messing around, he's not going to be able to deliver an effective kick. So as he does his left foot kick, I get out of the way and immediately come right into his center. You see, He's open, he's balanced. And if I disrupt him a little bit, his main concern is to sort of get a root. As he roots himself, I immediately step in and apply the shoulder right to a center. My hand can be down here doing it. It's bad news for him. Our shoulder is in here. Yeah? Okay, so this is, for me, it's a right shoulder strike, okay? So from elbow, he comes up, golden pheasant, I pull down, he recovers, he comes, he does a heel strike. I get out of the way and step in. Now, you notice, as I come in, my idea is to just come into the center. But he follows me, you see, he follows me and is doing pong to help protect his center, you see? So after he's kicked me, I come in, but he follows me into a pong, you see? And now I can't effectively do this. And at the same time he does this, he grabs my hand and gives me an arm bar, a break-in for a roll back. It's so interesting. The pong is like the workhorse of our form, isn't it? It's like, pong is everywhere, and it's ultimately important. So say from a golden pheasant, he knees, I pull down. As he steps in, I step back. He comes for the kick, I get my foot out of the way, I step in, I'm coming into his center. He's ponging me as I come in, and he rolls me back. He's in a comfortable position. I'm kind of in trouble here. Yeah. Okay, so my next move. Now, how am I going to get out of this? Well, as always, I don't want to let this happen. You know, once he's there. Now, if he has me in this lock, we talked about this before. The only thing I can really do is collapse inward. You see, if he's got me really well, I might have a hard time. But if I just collapse a little bit, he loses the ability to make this arm bar happen. So, now if we go back here to golden pheasant, I pull down. He stomps, I come in. Now, as he starts to apply this, I vanish. As I vanish, his intention is to draw me in. As I vanish, I get out, flank him to the side, and deliver a separate kick. A kick to his knee, to his hip, to his back, to his shoulder. Now, I could kick him in the head if I wanted, but it certainly magnifies my possibilities of getting hurt, getting thrown off balance. So generally, all the kicks happen to the lower leg, mostly to the knee here, or to the hip, or to the kidneys hurts quite a bit. Okay, so the timing of this is one of those really important things. Let's go from your stomp. I step in. As he starts to draw back, I fold, neutralize at the same time. I'm sinking into this right foot, freeze this foot up. I step to the side, and here is neutralize, and I kick to the knee. Separation of the right foot kick. Okay, so his defense. I come out, step to the side. Now this is blocking. As I do this, as I change, he changes his hand. And as I go to kick, he steps in for brushing the knee. Now here, he could pull me here, and if he makes this little twist, I don't know if you can see this, let's go this direction here. So come back here. So you see, he catches me right underneath the knee. Now, in the form, just stay there. Yeah. So you see in the form, most of you who do Tai Chi, we know this as brush knee with the hand here. But if he were to really do this movement on me, You see, his hand would gently turn over, and now I cannot in any way get out of here, and he can easily throw me this way, which would probably be his very best thing to do, right? Okay. So in the form, there's a lot of things that are modified just because we want to keep things kind of consistent. There's so many possibilities and applications, and there's sort of secret little things hidden everywhere. And like these kind of hand things where you catch and you turn over, you know, in the form we wouldn't do that because of, I don't know, just because of tradition or balance or something like that. So, but in application, this, of course, we'd want to have it. It'd be very hard to, much more difficult to uproot something this way than it is in this direction. Okay, so I neutralize. Separation of the right foot kick. He comes in. Now, as he goes to get me, of course, as he's stepping in, I see that he's coming in, so I just get out of there and I come to this side, you see. So as he's coming in, now he's open to this side, so I can attack him over here. So from the heel kick, I get out of the way, I come in for my left shoulder strike. He rolls back, I neutralize, step to the side, and attack his knee, and he does right brush knee. I vanish, I come, step over. Now, as I step over, of course, he sees something's going, so he comes over too. And as my hand comes up to change, his hand comes up to change. You see? So as I'm kicking now, he's ready to repeat brushing the knee again. Now, as we work together, you know, we in the forms we develop these sort of intuitive feelings, but also if you know, the more experience you have in these sorts of interplays, every step, every matching movement, he starts to move one way, well then I sense he's going and I can move with him. So in this particular movement from here, so as I come over, he comes over, he changes, I change, and now he's back there again for separation. I do separation of the left foot kick, and he does left brush knee. Okay, so the same kind of thing that happened in this from this kick, I come over here. As he steps in to get me, I get out of the way. At the same time, I change hands, I step directly into him, open him up, and apply the shoulder strike. This is a perfect instance of coming right in through the center. His center is open, he's very vulnerable all through the center, and so I can easily attack him here. So from separation of the left foot kick, I get out, I see that he's open over here, so I come in to his open center. My other hand is just opening up. Now again, on all of these movements, you don't want to open the person too soon. If you open them, they know what's going to happen. For instance, from here, if I open him and then step in, I mean, he obviously can see what's going on. He's got plenty of time to react. Instead, you see, we come over here. I'm kind of hidden. My intention is kind of hidden from him. Then I open and come right on in. See, my knee can interfere with his stance. I can be kneeing him in the crotch at the same time. And in this case, the right hand is back kind of for balancing my own self. And this is what's called change hands and right shoulder strike. So from my separation of left foot kick, his left brush knee, I change hands, step right in. You got to come right into the center. And now be careful about doing this, is being too far away and trying to reach your partner. You will only find disaster. You have to have for cow, for hip, you've got to be in their space, in their space. Okay, and once more. So what's he going to do? I come around, see. Now it's important for me to get around, get over here, get to where I can come in and open. So all he has to do is just get back. His major defense is as I'm coming, he gets back. Okay, so as he gets back, he returns and does a right shoulder strike to me. Now this is an interesting movement. I like this. When doing it in the form, it kind of has this sort of a fun kind of flow back and forth. So I grab him, change, I come in. He rides me back and steps behind me. Now here, he can easily be pulling me this way over his leg, you see. He could knee me to disrupt and pull downward. Or as he is doing here, he's coming right in. The shoulder is hitting me right in the ribs. A couple of really vulnerable spots to my liver, right, to the lung, the heart meridian, right, it's all right in there. Yeah. Now he could, depending upon the situation, he could come right in my very center if he wanted to. See, here I'm coming into his center. He could return and come right back into my center. But he chooses, and I think it's sort of a better, sort of a little more interesting flanking kind of, he comes off to the side because I can't get him with my other hand when he comes into the side. Whereas if he came into the center, he'd have to contend, I'd have this other hand in here, so he'd have to be contending with this one too. Okay, so from kick, we change, I change hands and right shoulder strike. He comes back, circles, open me up, and attacks me in the shoulder. Okay, very nice. Now my defense. As he's coming in, I just get back. Now, as he gets back, I circle him. So, as he's coming in, you see, if possible, I can pull him off to this direction. As I get out of his trap, his foot is behind mine. I cannot go this way. So as he comes in, I come over this way. I just getting back as best I can to this side, circle him over. I change my step behind, and apply, in this case, what we call slanting flying or grasping the bird's tail. In this case, I think we call it grasping the bird's tail. Now, if I came over I could come over the top and make this, a really, I could possibly kill him here, hit him in through the face. But I'm going to use this I'm behind him, disrupt him, throw him over my leg, in this case. Okay, so he comes in and returns the right shoulder strike. I neutralize back, circle, replace this right foot. At this point, I could easily, as I'm replacing, I could kick him. I'm coming around, he's closed up now. You see him sneak this hand in, he doesn't like this under him. This place under here is very vulnerable. I get in and come in and attack. Right. But he protected himself. So what he does is, his major defense here is he pulls across. You see, I've got him in this grip, and as he retreats and neutralizes, this other hand is pushing me. This hand is pushing me here. At the same time he's pushing me here, he's pulling me. So I'm getting really, this is quite an uncomfortable position, let me tell you. So it's important that this hand push in, he closes me up and steps around and attacks the back of my shoulder. And let's do it on this side so they can see this one. So from return, okay, so I get back, circle to close him up, step in. Now, he pushes his hand close. This is his major defense. I'm closed up, and he steps around and hits me in the shoulder. So let's see, you can see the shoulder. So he'll be pulling me across, and in here he could dislocate the shoulder. He can stop the breath in hitting right in the lower part of the scapula, shoulder blade, and this is quite painful. Okay, so in here, so I do my shoulder. He returns with his shoulder. I come by for grasping the bird's tail. He does, this movement is called waving hands like clouds. Waving hands like clouds. Now, in this case here, as he's got me, now, as he's coming in, okay, as he's coming in, I pressure off to the side. You can see that as I'm going to be turning, I'm changing the angle here. So that his movement, I'm using my arm to block, change the angle, I'm ponging to him. Right? At the same time, I'm coming in, and I'm going to now step around and repeat this movement, but to this side, called grasping the bird's tail right. And again, I've stepped behind him. I can neutralize. I can attack him here. I could come up into his face and through here. Now this is fun. This is also, it's all fun, but this is a fun sequence, I think. Okay, so grasping the bird's tail. So he pulls, comes around to hit. I change. Come around. Now again, I don't know if you can see this, that he's already protecting himself. He's got his hand here, but I still have committed to this attack, and he repeats the same thing. He closes me up, comes around, and hits. So he is doing Cloud's hands once again. Okay, once again, this sequence. Let's do it facing this way, just Okay, very good. Okay, so what am I going to do here? Now, again, so he's coming in for this strike. What I want to do is I'm going to vanish again. And as I come back, I'm doing a little kind of a rollback movement. I'm neutralizing with my elbow. I'm getting myself out of the way. Then I open him up and apply ward off, just hitting in here, hitting with the elbow, coming up, or just knock him away. He's right, I've got his, see, he's very out of balance in this flank here. So I come right in and attack quite strongly to his center. That's called ward off. So as he comes in, I change step. At the same time, I'm neutralizing. I change, open his center, and come right into the center with ward off movement. So his defense. Open, step in. So he just rides me down and presses down. Now this is on. This is the perfect expression and use of on. On is downward energy. So say if I'm open, you see, he just, It doesn't take much because my energy's going in. It's just a little kind of pressed down movement. And you notice that as my energy's going forward, as this happens, I don't want to let my head go down, of course, so I would miss the action. So as I try to see this, you see my throat and neck are all very vulnerable. So as he presses, he opens, he just follows up with an uppercut right to the chin or to the neck. Yeah, this uppercut. Okay, so from the last Cloud's hands, open, step, open, ward off. He neutralizes down and comes in with an uppercut. Now, as he comes in, I get out of the way. I get out of the way. Now, what I really want to have happen is I want to get over here. I want to get in. I want to get to the side of him. So, as this happens, I just step with my left foot and get to the side. My right hand, see, he's pressed it down. As I get back, it frees, and I just guide this hand, stick to it. I don't want to stop it. I want him to kind of continue his energy over here. Right? I'm not going to pull, but I'm just going to sort of lead it. I'm going to step with my left foot, lead it out of the way. Okay, so it's coming back. Right? Actually, I'm going to step with my right foot. I'm going to step with my right foot so that I can now come in and attack him, what we call high pat on horse. High pat on horse. I can knee him, this is really bad, knee him into the liver, into the ribs, you see. I can also attack him, use these fingers to attack various cavities here. This can come underneath too. Okay, so Cloud's hands. Open, ward off. Presses down and uppercut. High pat on horse. I step with the right foot. This is sticking, and I come in for the knee and with the fingers. This looks a lot like golden pheasant, but we call it high pat on horse at this point. Okay, so he, his defense. So he just gets out of the way and vanishes. His major defense is as I'm coming around, he just goes around. Shifts his weight onto his left foot, steps out of the way, and he's not there. At the same time, he opens me up. And once again, he kicks my weighted foot. Again, you don't want to kick the unweighted foot. He's going to kick into my weighted foot, which is my standing foot. From Cloud's hands, open, ward off. He does uppercut. I do high pat on horse. He vanishes, opens, and does, at this point, I think it's called Stork spreads its wings. Stork spreads its wings. Okay, so we're both in sort of a rough place here. We're both kind of like on one leg, for a moment here. Now, when he goes to kick me and say I'm gone, he immediately comes back. Either he's going to, depending upon some people are used to multiple kicks, so you'll kick, and even if he doesn't hit, the foot stays up. Other people, they're making this big kick, and if they don't make it, they get the foot down so they can have balance. In this case here, I come in for this. Immediately he's out, I put my foot, my left foot down. Just touch it down, because why have it standing up? So now when he goes to kick, I just transfer my weight on there, and it's no longer an effective target. So from high pad on, say high pad on horse, I come around. Okay. He opens, I put the foot down, he's doing Stork spreads its wings. So what I do is I get out, but again I'm going to sweep and make a big sweeping kick. I can get his back leg, I can get his hip, I can throw him, get his kidneys, and get him in the back for a sweeping lotus kick, or kick horizontally we call it. This is a very nice movement and a very powerful one because we're using the swinging motion of the whole leg. This is a snap kick. This kick that he's doing to me is a little snap kick. It hurts, but it's not going to really do a lot of damage. If it hits the right spot, it can hurt a lot. But the heel kick, when he kicks down with his heel, that has more power into it. You can break the bones, particularly into the joints. You can snap that joint pretty easily because of the way the pressure is. Now the horizontal kick, when I'm kicking around, this has the power of the whole leg behind it. It's just bam, and it's like, if I wanted to try and break down a door or something, I would use this sort of a swinging motion more than just, I certainly wouldn't try and kick with my toes. Let's go all the way back to where we started and review up to this particular point from today, from the elbow strike. He neutralizes, comes up for the knee. I get back, pull him down. He follows up. I step back. He opens me up for a kick. I get out of the way. I come into his center for a shoulder strike, and he rolls me back. I neutralize, change hands, come in for a separation kick. He brushes the knee, steps in. I come over, try this side. Maybe he's not as good on this side. I come in and he brushes this. I then again escape, change hands, step in, open and attack with the shoulder to the center. He gets back out of the way and then attacks with his shoulder. I neutralize, come back, close him up, and attempt grasping the bird's tail, coming over. He does Cloud's hands, comes in for his strike. I then change, come around, and attempt shoulder. He comes around for Cloud's hands once again. I open him up and do warding off. He presses me down for an uppercut. I step to the side, doing high pad on horse. He steps out and attacks my leg. I get out of the way and do horizontal kick. Okay, this is nice. This is sort of the toughest sequence in the form. A lot of little kicks happening very quickly in through here, and there's a lot going on. So now for his movement here, to neutralize this horizontal kick. So from a brush knee, from the second to brush knee. Oh, so I'm here. Oh, so this is kind of way, boy, I was way back. All right, okay. Oh well, here we go. Okay, now what he's going to do is his major defense is to pull me down. As I start to come up, he pulls me down. At the same time, just in case he's going to do it, he uses this leg as a very solid block. You see? So if you go to kick me, generally speaking, we want to get out or step in. But if I'm found I'm trapped somehow, I can, he goes to kick, I can secure myself. If all else fails, I can use this sort of what we call golden pheasant movement to kind of block a kick. So in this case, he's going to try to pull me. At the same time, he's going to set himself up with this position. So if we do it in this direction so you can see. So he kicks, I step out, I go to kick. So he gives me a little pull at the same time he's sort of blocking here. So I immediately come down. And as I set myself, he immediately comes in for a parting the wild horse's mane kind of movement, slanting flying. Now personally, I don't know, we have in this form this splitting movement, and we've called it slanting flying, we've called it parting the wild horse's mane, we've called it grasping the bird's tail, and yet it's basically the same movement. So people always ask me what is the difference, and I usually make up something on the spot, but I really tell you the truth, I don't know. So there's the truth. Okay, so he kicks. I put my foot down and he comes in, and this is very vulnerable because I'm really susceptible to being off balance. I don't have any place to go, and so this doesn't look good to me. Okay, so if we do it in the proper direction. So he kicks, I get out of the way, I kick. But as he starts to pull me down and I lose this, I put my foot back. Now, as he comes in, this hand is there to protect me, and I'm going to ride him back and down in. You see, I'm going to take him further than he wants to go. This is called snake creeps down. You see? If he's very good because he's rooting into his forward foot. Most people, when they would just fall down like so. Nice job. So I catch. As I come back, it's this hand because he's got me, right? As I come back with my body, I lead him down, and now he's really open, and I'm going to attack him right underneath. I don't know if you can see this, right in his crotch. He's very open, or I could get him here underneath in the ribs. But I don't have much strength. This is just a finger poke, so I don't have much strength, so I'd rather get him in a place I'd do a little more good. So he's doing slanting flying, and I step back, and I do snake creeps down. Then I follow with an attack. Okay, so as I come in, he neutralizes me to the side, steps around, and once again does slanting flying, and off to the side. This splitting motion, you see, is so useful. We use it quite a lot. Now you see, he can easily throw me off if I get into this position. But also you see now he's got my arm wrapped across his chest, and he can snap, by using his shoulder, he can snap. Can you see this? He can easily snap my arm here. He can just, by bending forward, take me down with him, you see, because my arm is locked in. If he bends forward, he just takes me down and over. So there's a whole lots of things that can be done from this position. He's fairly safe. He's safe from my attack. He's behind me. This thing could come up and do something. He's got an elbow he can be using here. So this is very, very useful. And it's just, it's in pushing hands, we use it a lot. It's one of the major movements when you're doing Tai Chi push hands, and you're here and somebody's pushing in, you neutralize and immediately throw the person down and out. So, yeah, this is very, very good. Okay, so let's go from, so kick horizontal. He blocks, he comes in, I come back for snake, pull down, snake creeps down. He follows back up, steps around behind me, and once again is doing his movement. Okay, now let's go back here. The footwork here is interesting, and so when you go to kick, immediately put your foot down. It's not going to do any good. You'll see this happen. I'm here. I'm trying to kind of gain my, my balance, so I can kick again. No, immediately when your kick doesn't do anything, put your foot down. Now you're ready to do something. As he comes in, I step back, create a nice big step back. I open up. I pull him down. He shifts back. Now, as he replaces, I step into a little more comfortable position. You see, I don't want to get caught with this big movement. I come into a little bit better position. So when he does his slanting flying and starts to do this, I'm going to, you see, if he's holding on here, you see, I can pong and twist and put him in a not a good position. Or what I'm going to do is withdraw out of here and hit a tiger over here. I'm going to attack his shoulder or his head here. Now there's a good spot you can hit in the ear here, but one of the really nice spots to hit is right here at the base of the skull. It's soft here, and all the nerves run up here, and so this is easy to knock somebody out right here. You hit them right here. So you'll see a lot of these hit tigers where we aim for the shoulder, or it can go anywhere, particularly right in there. If you have to be careful, if you hit the head, you can hurt your own hand. So either way, block, I put the foot down, pull down, snake creeps down, he comes back for another slanting fly, I neutralize back and hit a tiger. Okay, so his defense. So as always, you see, he rolls with the punch. We call it roll with the punch. He's changing position. At the same time, he's kind of pressuring in on me, using pong, like so. Right? Good. And then he opens me up, blocking, and returns with a back fist. Okay, so let's go from horizontal kick, snake creeps down, hit a tiger. So here he blocks. He steps. Oh, this is interesting. So as I come here, he rolls with it and opens both sides up. Opens both sides up and then returns with a back fist. Yeah, this is nice. Let's see this on this side. This is a pretty movement. I like this one. Okay, so as I go to hit it, as I come in to hit a tiger, he steps out of the way and kind of a let's see that word solo. And then a little return back fist. Yeah, sort of this hand is used a lot. So if he can catch me, he can pull. He can easily pull this little hook. This is like in single whip. We use this hooking place here, and he can either grab, hold, or mostly you can see he uses this little space right in here to hook onto things, particularly if he gets me in the wrist. And it's a way to lead the energy easily without making a commitment. It's not like he's grabbed me, but he can lead me very easily, and then at any point he can just disengage and come in without having to let go. He can just change what's happening here, in which this case he does. He just comes back into this back fist. So hit a tiger, and he opens for back fist. Okay. So I'm just going to follow him back. You see, he hasn't grabbed me here, so as it makes his back fist, I just stick inside. And I open him up. This hand, he's got me, so I just disengage. Now I'm back out of the way, and this hand is a threatening hand. This is what's called Repulse the monkey. So here, I could attack. I'm a little far. I've decided here, you know, I just want to get out of this situation here. He's got me kind of trapped in. He's giving me this back fist, so I want to create a little space. But, you know, this hand is saying, okay, that's it. I've given you a chance. I haven't attacked you. Gotten out of the way. Leave me alone. Okay? And what we say in Tai Chi is this is not retreat. This is not, he's coming in and I'm kind of trying to get myself back. No, I want to change. I want to get into a better position. Here, I'm in not a good position. He's in an attacking position. I'm sort of, I don't have any good space. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get out and clear a little space for myself. Now, he's in trouble kind of here because he's got a weighted foot. I have an empty front foot. I can attack him here. Yeah. You see, I can pull him down. I could attack him, but I've been a nice guy, you know. I'm trying to be a nice guy here. So I just what called step back and repulse monkey. Now, he doesn't take this to heart. He decides to attack me again. So he closes me up and slaps me in the face. He slapped to the jaw, to the ear, to the temple. Now this is beautiful. I love this neutralize that he's pulling off on here on me. So here, see, I've got this. I'm attached. I'm stuck to him with this hand. This is sort of a threat. So what he does is he just folds over and gets everything. He piles everything on top of each other. He's got my elbow. So then he can just step right on in. He's got me controlled. He's got me flanked. Got me closed up. And he can close me up. Let's do this side. Hit a tire. Repulse monkey. So you can see here he's got me. He's over on the elbow. And he gets out. If he doesn't get the elbow, say he just gets my wrist, and he tries this, well, then I have my elbow to meet him. But because he's gotten my elbow, he's got me pretty well closed up here. Okay. You know, I just think for the fun of it, we'll leave it here right now with you slapping me and everybody wondering how in the world I'm going to get out of this very terrible place here of being closed up and getting slapped. Here I am. I'm all closed up. So how do you think I'm going to get out of this? So think about it, will you? Think about it. Okay. So let's, what we'll do is let's go through the form. Let's go first, what I'll do is I'll do my movements from where we started up to this particular point. And then we'll do your movements up to this point. Then we'll match them. And given if we have a little extra time, maybe we'll just do the whole form up to this point. Okay? Okay, so I'll do my movements from this point forward. And Anna will read off the names as we do this. Okay, we're going to start off with, I'm starting off here with 25, which is a left elbow. Then
retreat, and pull down arms. Step forward and left shoulder strike. Separation of right foot kick. Separation of left foot kick. Change hands and right shoulder strike. Grasp bird's tail left. Grasp bird's tail right. Open arms and ward off right. Step up and high pat on horse. Turn and horizontal kick. Pull down and snake creeps down. Hit a tiger at left. Repulse monkey right.
Okay, so Rex, in here.
Kick with left heel. Step back and roll back. Separate and right brush knee. Separate and left brush knee. Return right shoulder strike. Wave hands like clouds. Wave hands like clouds. Parry and right uppercut. Stork spreads its wings and kick. Slanting, flying. Slanting, flying. Turn and right back fist. Step up and left palm slap.
Okay, very good. All right, so let's just go from we'll go from the beginning. We'll go up through everything that we've done through so this far, shall we? I think that should be fun. Okay. And we'll go through at our regular training speed, but at the end of next lesson, we'll have finished all the movements. We'll go through a little bit faster to see kind of a little bit more of the flow of the thing. Okay. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much. That was fun. Just great. I love this form. You know, it's so much in here. Okay, so be well, and I'll see you very soon, and we'll finish the form and have special treats for you. All right, thanks. Thank you very much.